Build creative confidence. Beat the inspiration addiction. Join the Writer's Gym.
Last week I talked about antagonists and how to use what we already have going on in our thoughts about people who've misrepresented us or people who are doing something that is anathema to what we would be doing, and how quite often a character is formed in our heads about somebody we don't know very well, which becomes a hate figure. Now, it's not always completely undeserved, but the nature of humanity is there's a lot to be interested in what we fear and dislike in others. So it's only fair this week that we look at that protagonist who is doing the fearing or the hating. When I first saw the English teacher who became my hero as a teenager, she looked about 7 feet tall, quite skeletal and very, very angry. And she was peering over her glasses and she taught my favourite subject, which was English. And the thought that went through my head was, I need to leave this school now. I was 11 or so. And I was wrong, but I was passionately certain in what I was feeling. If I were to write what was going on in the mind and body of that 11-year-old me, I think I could get back there pretty easily because everything was very big and scary and genuinely scary for who I was then. At 16, when I deliberately came into school to help organise the library in my summer holiday, because yes, that is who I was at 16, she was the same human being she'd been. I was the same human being that I'd been. But both of us knew that the interactions we'd had made me realise I wanted to be a writer and I wanted to study English. And they are the same person. In between those two, there were times I was very frightened of her and thought that she hated me or I hated her. And there were times I thought she was the most amazing person in the world. And maybe all of it was true. My challenge to you is to put your protagonist through the fire. It doesn't have to be on something literally life-risking, but the emotional stakes have to be high. The protagonist is always finding out about who they are as they clash with somebody else. And sometimes the person they clash with turns out to be the antagonist. I can promise you I thought she would be sometimes. But then other times they become exactly the person who is the mentor or the friend or other things that are good in that protagonist's life. So I need you to lose enough control to let your protagonist be wrong. I need you to lose enough control to let the things that you're genuinely interested in or genuinely scared of perpetuate the world of your protagonist, because that is when you start writing from who you are in a way that nobody else can. There is no writing prompt like what we want and what we fear. Maybe take 5 little scenes to make a spinal column of this story. What's it like when they first meet is number 1. What's it like at whatever the end is, if there is an end or an end in the chronology, 5, and see what stages you can bring it through in the meantime. And that's how character and plot build each other, because who we come into contact with, who we see as a crisis that turns out to be an opportunity, is just amazing for developing plot and character.
You've visited the Writer's Gym with author and coach Dr Rachel Knightley. Production and sound design are by Ashley Lexine, and theme music is by Chris Gregory. To join a Writer's Gym workout online or in London as a guest or as a member, visit writersgym.com or email thewritersgym@rachelknightley.com.